Hi, all. Thank you. So to start, behind me is a social justice library called Speculative Library. It's in Seattle. I've been co-leading it for the last 6 years. And although I've worked with Speculative Library over that time, a large portion of my work is working with the organization who designed and built this space, which is called Sawhorse Revolution. And it was designed and built by high school age youth in Southeast Seattle, so largely girls of color, identifying folks of color. And so a large portion of my work working with them has been trying to understand how they gather, design, and build spaces in their community through participatory design methods, community-based methodologies, looking specifically at the ways that they actualize their spatial knowledge, and we use learning as a process to allow for them to build consequential spaces in their communities. A lot of it is focusing on the ways that they need iterative, relational, and reciprocal kind of learning spaces. And this is an example of an iterative process, so you'll see on the left the kind of beginning building of the library, but it's gone through 3 phases. So the physical space, the bathroom on the top right, and then I'll show a little bit a picture of a mutual aid station, which is most recent. And so the gathering, designing, and building process, the first kind of process here is youth actually gathering aesthetic information of how they feel and want something to look in their community. So it's both a place or the process of coming together through learning, an incentive for others to come together. The design part is the collaborative part in the communal process where learning continues to occur, addressing a particular issue, and in this context for this, we were displaced from another neighborhood and the youth wanted to reclaim those spatial relations through their design process. And then the building part, which on the right is the actual mutual aid station that just got launched right before SNAP got cut. So we were able to do this with youth, these 3 kind of processes, to rebuild what once was, and with revisions and re-articulation. And it's not always something that's new, but rather something that may have been exploited, severed, or erased. So a way to reclaim those kinds of histories as well. And then at the moment, the youth's kind of framework of gathering, designing, and building has allowed for us at the library to return back to the neighborhood we were displaced from to build housing. So this is a rendering of what youth actually wanted in the space in the neighborhood that they're in, and we're building 40 units of housing there. And that work has been published in different ways. And then here at UIC, I'm doing some work that's kind of the gathering, designing, and building of sharing disabled stories and disabled histories that was started by students here, but it's being iterated on to build an open source kind of data set of disabled stories. And so a lot of my work in core to it is transforming communities and transforming how we view relations as reciprocal and highlighting knowledge as a set of relations and embedded in that kind of relationality there. Thank you.